Hi, it's Valerie and welcome to your OT Coaching Tune-Up. Oftentimes in coaching, I tell my clients, you're going into story. And I recognize that not everybody understands what that means. And so today I want to elaborate. Recently I had a client who started to tell me a story about someone that came into her life where she felt very threatened and felt very uncomfortable around this person. When I heard that, I felt for her. It made sense she felt that way. What happened after that is she started to tell me more about how she was perceiving the situation. So she started to say, she's so jealous of me. She's not comfortable when I'm around. She obviously has issues about me, and she doesn't like me. And when she started to go into that place, it's almost like as a coach, I stopped listening to a certain extent. I'm hearing her, but I don't want to hear the story. It's no longer in the meat of what's true. So what I explained to her is that when you start to say she is jealous, she doesn't like you, and so on and so forth, that's her perception, meaning that it's an interpretation of what she's experiencing. It doesn't mean it's what's true with a capital T. We don't know what's really happening with that person. She might be having her own thing, her own story occur. So the way that I think about it is that my client, let's call her Susie felt uncomfortable. She really felt threatened. Understandably, those are the human emotions she's feeling. When she goes into the place of she's jealous of me, she doesn't like me, all of a sudden now there's a charge, a catabolic, a negative energy charge around it that starts to feed her of, oh my gosh, and you can even feel the adrenaline pumping into your body if you pay attention to when we go into story. Now let's say, which most of us do, that Susie's telling the story to Jan. And Jan hops into the story. And Jan goes, oh my gosh, she's such a bitch. I can't believe it. So now Jan's charged, Susie's charged, and we're all telling a story that might not be true. And I watch this happen all the time. And mind you, I used to do it all the time. And I watch myself to really not jump into story or create a story around things. So what I want to do, and the reason why I said I kind of do this, is because I don't want to hear the story. I want to get to the root of it. What was happening is that Susie felt uncomfortable. Susie felt threatened. I want to address that, acknowledge and validate that. I want to cut her from the story, and I want to allow her the opportunity to separate herself from that and to look at it, what I call a spirit perspective, to look at the whole story. Because when we go into and jump into other people's story or create our own story, I think about it like you're going to a movie and you're sitting there and you're enjoying the movie. Do you ever go to try to jump into the movie screen? No, you sit and you experience from here. And so when we start to practice that, not only with other people's stories, but the own stories that we're creating, it gives us an opportunity to see that there might be more here than meets the eye. And it detaches us in a really healthy way from the experience to feel the feelings we're feeling without creating something that might not be so true. So if you notice yourself going to the place of beyond your feelings, to go into the place of, I think she thinks this or he thinks that and I think he's doing this, just first step awareness, just start to become aware of, oh, I'm totally doing it. And not berate yourself for doing it. Just acknowledge that you're doing it. It's a habit. It's a pattern. Most of us are doing it out there. So can you, for that moment, pause, watch it, and go back to what you're feeling? What are you really feeling? What is this really about? And can you confront the situation from a feeling perspective, right? That way of saying, I'm feeling this right now. I don't know if this is true or not or what's really happening, but I want you to know I'm feeling this. So give it a shot. Give yourself the opportunity to feel your feelings fully without jumping into the story. If you want any assistance or help with this, definitely feel free to contact us about coaching. Always check out our workshops, our intensives, and our retreats. That's a fantastic way to dive in deep and really make significant changes in your life. And have a lot of fun. This is an incredible journey, so we get to play a lot with this stuff. As always, expect great things. Thanks.